What's up, everybody? So I'm just starting now to give some people some time to come in. I did try to send out my link to my family. So ooh, excuse me. What's up, y'all? It's me. Welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm sorry, I'm trying to share my show too. So I'm gonna give it a second and then um we can go ahead and start. And then people will jump in or what have you. What's up, everybody? I got a good one today. Oh my God. They still busy? Ooh-wee. Ooh. Excuse me. Mm-mm. All right, y'all. So, now you're gonna have to leave that baby. Woo-wee. Ooh. Mm-mm. All right, y'all. Let's pray for our good friend Rocky Road. All right, so thank everybody for being here for one. Thank everybody for tuning in and watching. I see the numbers growing even from doing live. And then when I post it for the podcast platforms and also on my website via the YouTube link. So guys, I just want to start by thanking you all for just being on this ride with me. We again are in season 2 of Sports Talk with Whitney B. This is my 3rd episode. We have a lot, a lot to talk about today. So without further ado, let's get this show started. And again, welcome to Sports Talk with me, your girl Whitney B. It is exciting to do this today. It's been a lot of football over the week. Since I did my last show, I really don't know where to start. I usually try to talk about the Lions at the end of the show, but at this point, we're going to just start off and talk about the Lions because their game was on Thanksgiving. So it's going to be the first thing we talk about. And I don't even really have much to say for I don't know, y'all. Like at this point, the Lions is 0-10-1. They really should have won that game against Pittsburgh. For real though, it's been a lot of games. They really should have won. The Lions could easily be like 5-7 or whatever. Oh, like this was the game y'all really could have won against. And honestly, 16-14, like they should have won. I'm not even sure why Dan Campbell wanted to start calling the plays if he was going to just mess around and mess up. Like you're not doing any better than Aaron Glenn. Now DeAndre Swift is out. How long will he be out? We don't know. But I don't it's like I don't know what I'm looking at this point. Almost today, I almost named the show "The Lions Are Getting on My Nerves." Like, not the whole team. Like some people on the team, they're doing their job. They're doing well. The defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn, he's doing phenomenal. But some of y'all, I mean, as a fan, I'm just like, what? What are? I mean, I don't know. Like just like last week, again this week, I'm really like, yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know. You know, I don't know. It's so I'm so speechless because I mean it's like I don't understand. Like I don't understand Jared Goff sometimes. Like he was doing so well in the first couple of play. I'm not even gonna say like the first half, just like the first few drives for the Lions. But then what happened? Like it's like this team, like the defense can't do it all, and then when the offense get there, it's like what are we doing? I'm just so tired of the Lions. I for real. I'm not even to say I don't want to be a fan no more, but what the hell am I rooting for? Like, what are we doing here? I don't know. Then our boy Dan Campbell doing press, he said he understands the criticism because the Lions aren't winning. Like, I mean, okay, you get it, but what are you gonna do about it? Like, I'm not sure. I know the answer for one is to get a better play call in. So Um, I'm Aaron. I mean Anthony Lynn. He's out. If they don't fire Anthony Lynn in the offseason, I'm done being a Lions fan. Hey Quincy. Um, we need a better play caller. It's hard to want to really judge Dan Campbell this season because this is his first job as a head coach. I mean, he was an interim for a second, but I mean, I don't know. Like next season, I mean, we gonna see what we get out of Dan, but he really needs a play caller. You gotta let Anthony Lynn go. Aaron Glenn is phenomenal. I hope he stays because I'm sure some teams will be looking to pick him up or even have him as a head coach. I mean, hell, he could take over Dan Campbell's spot doing if he stay and Dan start continuing to slip. Like I just don't know. Like the defense, what with what Anthony Glenn is working with it's like okay the defense is shocking like shocking hey best friend but offensively it's a snooze fest like and then here you go talking about I'm gonna take over the play calling like you was about to do any better and to be honest as a fan I feel um crazy for thinking, okay, maybe he will be the answer, but no, he's definitely not. Like, I don't know. They should play musical chairs with the play calling and just see who it lands on and who is best. Let's go ahead and give it up, Dan Campbell. At this point, what else do we got to lose? Like, I don't know. I don't know. You know, 0-10-1, that's unacceptable. It's crazy because I said it a few shows ago, like the Lions was gonna go 0-17, and it's literally because of that tie to the Steelers. I mean, that's what helped it, but now historically, they still like losers. Like I believe it is a stat now. Like this is the first team in history to go 0-10-1. Like, I don't know. Moving right along. Um I mean, hopefully they can rebound. That's the thing. Like with all the draft picks we got and with what's going on, we're gonna see what they do in the offseason. Um, I don't know. Like, okay, so while we talking about the Lions, I'm a pivot to Michigan in a minute because that was a historic win as well, Michigan versus Ohio State. But I'm sure I might have said it in my show, but I definitely have been talking to people and saying it. And now it's actually news that the Lions should pick Hutchinson over Thibodeau. And yes, they should. Like Hutchinson being a Michigan man, he's from here. He played for Michigan, and now he has the opportunity to go to the Lions. Like that would be good, and it's good for him and his family. Um, but he's better than Thibodeau anyway. The man be hurt and disappear in games. I mean, yeah, in the beginning he was good talking all of that, but I'm sure as a team coach, owner, GM, all of that, you don't want to have a player who's already going to be in jeopardy of being injury prone. He's injury prone already in college. So you're not coming back the same after your injury. They say that all the time. So once he got that last injury with Oregon, I would have just been like, okay, you know what? I'm not even sure why people are talking about him still being, I mean, going number one because especially for the Lions, like the last thing they need is another Jeff Okuda. I mean, how many games have he played in since he's been drafted, and what exactly has he done for the team? So, yes, I think number one going is Aiden Hutchinson, arguably the best player in football, and definitely should be a Heisman candidate. The little rookie in Alabama, he cool, but hell, they almost lost the game this weekend to Auburn. Like, okay, he should be a runner. I definitely think Kenneth Walker should still be a talks for the Heisman, but Aiden Hutchinson to the Lions, I'm all for it. I would be happy to see that. I'm sure a lot of us would be happy to see that, especially Michigan fans. So yeah, yeah. So hopefully they do rebound. And when it comes to the fours not caring about the team, I think past Martha Ford and her husband and them or whatever. Yes, I think it was just like a money maker for them. They didn't care or whatever because, and at the end of the day, they didn't have to care because the fans was gonna buy them tickets and show up. If they were able to black out games to sell out the not the Palace, the Silver Dome, then of course, like the fan base is relentless. So they didn't have to care about the team. People was gonna buy merch. They was gonna show up to them games. They're gonna cheer them Lions on, and that's just that. I think Sheila Ford is doing a lot differently when it comes to trying to be more proactive and giving the fans what they want. So, I mean, we're gonna see how quick they be ready to let Dan Campbell go and stuff, and it'll be. I mean, that'll say a lot for me, but I do think that she is a little bit different when it comes to being a better owner than her parents. Moving on from the Lions, college football was amazing this weekend. Like I was out in Dallas spending time with my family. It was good, and it's like I literally could not focus on anything Saturday other than college football. And all of the games that I watched was phenomenal. Like from the Michigan and Ohio game to the Michigan State Penn State game to the OSU OU game. I'm just like, we my heart was just happy, especially with the Michigan win. It's so crazy because I was arguing with my family and we went out to eat and everybody at the table was like, "Oh, I mean, OSU gonna win." I mean, if you ask me who gonna win versus who I think gonna win, and like, no, and it was super crazy. Is I'm like, Michigan's run game is better. They got the pass rushers. Stroud previous previous games to Michigan, he was not pressured for one. I knew Ojabo and Hutchinson was gonna put the pressure on them. Yes, OSU have the better wide receiving core, and Michigan's corners, whew, you know, but that run game, them pass rushers, I that was gonna win the game, and it did win the game. Like this win was so historic for Michigan. It was the coaches, what's his name? Ryan Day. It was his first loss to a Big Ten team. It stopped a 21 game win streak to Big Ten ranked teams. I think 29 game win streak against the Big Ten anyway. Jim Harbaugh got his first win. 5 losses, his first win. He's been there 7 years. This actual win just probably cost Jim Harbaugh his contract because people was calling for his head, but now okay, boom. Especially if they win next week against Iowa. I'm so happy that Michigan. I believe this is their first time going to the championship, like in forever. So, hey Katrina. Thanks for tuning in, girl. I it's just when I probably did cry actually when they won. I don't even remember. Like just I'm just so happy to see like even the big house. It was crowded. They rushed the field. Like this was so important for Michigan. If y'all seen the governor, she's named it M Day. You know what I'm saying? Like and then the fire department started trolling Ohio. No, actually they was trolling Michigan State. Like no couches were burned. No, all the cars stayed on their tires. Like I love the trash talk, because it's still a rivalry there too. Like I don't know. And then CJ Stroud understand that weather, it was really hard on him. Like as a freshman, this was the first game he had to play in the snow. So, he comes from LA. It ain't snowing. You know, what is this? So now he's at home. Snow here. Okay, he's gonna learn. But the weather, I'm sure, played a part. And then, just the pass rush, like just the tackles and all of that. Like I am very, very, very proud of Michigan. Like what they did was they put a stop against OSU. They came, they saw, and they conquered. Iowa is 10-1. They play Iowa in Indianapolis for the championship. And even though Iowa is another team that's like a thorn in the side for Michigan, I really think Michigan gonna pull this off because they wanted more. Like you could just see, in the way they play OSU, they wanted it more. And I am very, very, very happy, that we did it. Like I feel like the Dora Explorer song. We did it. Yay. Like I mean, whoo wee. Thank you, Jim Harbaugh. Like, please extend a man's contract because who else they gonna bring in to do it? We don't know. I mean, when we whoo, like, I don't know, and it's crazy because these college coaches are playing like hot potato with the teams. The Oklahoma University coach, Lincoln Riley, he about to go coach for USC. He picked up that job, and Notre Dame coach, they want to talk about he may be going to LSU. I mean, what are we doing here? So I don't know. Like who are they gonna bring in? And I don't know. Like even with Mel Tucker at Michigan State, just to pivot over to Michigan State real quick, and their win against Penn State, that was phenomenal in the snow. Amazing. Um, when he got his contract extension, yes, it was horrible that they took that L to OSU last week like that. Like, oh my God. And then that was the wrong time, like, dang, it would have been nice if he would have, I guess, killed it. Well, he should have had to kill it, but with his contract extension, like, oh, okay, he's showing us why he's worth all this money. Well, he over there, he setting the record straight. He 2-0 against Michigan. He been there 2 years. They won both years. Definitely came back, but Michigan gave up. Like they did give up. But at the end of the day, give up or not, Michigan State won that game. They beat Penn State. They won all their home games this season. First time in I believe like 6 or 7 years. So I'm proud of them. And I still think that Kenneth Walker should definitely be in the talks for Heisman. Now, do I think he should beat out Aiden Hutchinson? No, I don't. But it'll be good to see them both on the list, at least. Now next year I do think that Jim Harbaugh is coming for Mel Tucker, but I think Jim needs to go ahead and get an extension. I do. Especially if he win, or I'm sorry, I don't even want to say if because I don't want to sound like a hater. When he win against Iowa next week, y'all. Okay. So the college football playoff ranking numbers come out today. They actually come out at 7 when the show starts. So if somebody want to look it up and drop where the team put Michigan, that'll be so great for me. But the AP put Michigan at number 2. Y'all, Michigan started unranked. Now, Michigan State is number 11. Both teams started unranked this season and literally kicked behind. Like, Michigan took its first L to Michigan State, and then Michigan State took their first L to Purdue. Michigan State 10-2. Like, I mean, I think Iowa is 10-2 or 10-1. I don't know. I think they 10-1 though. Iowa. Or 10-2. They might have the same record as State. They might be 10-2. Either way it go, Michigan State, they did good. Michigan, y'all know, is bomb. I am so proud though to see Jim Harbaugh, not number 4. No, they haters, dog. They knew they should have kept him at number 2 with like AP. But at least they number 4. To be in the top 4 in the college football playoffs means that you will be in the playoffs. So let's just ooh-wee. Our boys made it because they didn't believe in them in the beginning. Michigan was not ranked. You know, Jim Harbaugh, he is a little finicky, you know what I'm saying? And they wasn't winning a big game. So, I mean, understandable for them not to be ranked. I don't know, but to see where they at now and just the position that they're in the future, like this could be his year. This really could be his year. Like I'm so happy. And it came out the other day that he said that his bonuses that he getting from all of this, he's going to donate the money to the athletic department because they had to take a pay cut due to COVID. So just a stand up man again. Yes. Yes, we love us some Jim Harbaugh. Go Jim. Remember, he was the man now. Remember, he stop playing with me now. See? See, hey, Chanel girl. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, y'all. So news is in. They're not number 4, they're number 2. You okay, now you sure you looking at the college football playoff rankings, not the AP rankings? That's what I want to know. The college football playoff numbers. Look at Chanel tuning in to Sports Talk with Whitney B. All right, cool, bet. So Michigan, that's what I like to hear. Number 2, baby. We definitely going to the playoffs. Yeah, I knew Georgia was gonna be number 1. Okay, Michigan number 2. Who they got number 3? Bama and then Cincinnati or Ohio State. Man, y'all, Auburn almost really won. I knew it was gonna be Cincinnati, weak ass team. Okay, so Auburn, I know that that player is really kicking himself in the behind because he didn't get out of bounds. I mean, he didn't go down. He allowed them to push him out of bounds, which gave Alabama the opportunity to come back down the field, tie the game up. They went into 3 overtimes. By the 4th overtime, Auburn could not compete. They couldn't convert their 2-point conversion, and then Alabama did. So Alabama won, like by the hair on his chinny chin chin, and that's like Nick Saban's luck. I mean, I really think it's like Nick Saban. He's just a lucky man, but poor Auburn and poor young fella. And I hope that younger collegiate athletes or even high school players, they watch that game and they realize like it's not always about getting the yards. Like sometimes you gotta just go down. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you know it's not coming. Like he's seen it's not coming. Like, okay. Mm-mm. What mommy wanna say? Well, you coming for her, bestie. Let me know what she wanna say because I wanna know. I wanna answer her question. But hey, mommy, for watching. Thank you for watching, mommy. Um, I, I'm like, dang, I don't know. Nick Saban, he's a lucky coach. He gonna be there, child. Um, I want to know if Urban Meyer gonna go back to college. I just don't think. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna stay in the NFL. Especially, I think too, if the coaching position opened up at Notre Dame for real. I think he probably gonna try to slide back in that job because I believe he said he wanted to be a coach for Notre Dame. So why not take that opportunity? I don't see him staying in the NFL though. The Jags, more power to him. I believe the Jags actually play the Rams coming up. So this might be an easy game for the Rams, or it might be a trap game. You know what? Actually, that's a good pivot. In this next story, the title is Stafford is not the answer in LA, and he is not. Now, if we remember correctly, Matthew Stafford was traded to the Los Angeles Rams for 2 draft picks and Jared Goff. Y'all call him Jared Goff. He has to earn his last name now at this point. I say it all the time to my husband. I'm going to say it to y'all. So I know his last name isn't Joff. I know it's Goff. But if you hear me call him Jared Goff, that's his name to me. And I believe Jared Goff is not even playing at his level of quarterback because his feelings are hurt. Like he literally just got traded away, not even for his capability as a quarterback. It was for the draft picks. Whew. So, anywho, this is not about Goff. This is about Stafford. Stafford was doing his things, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning, but then here come the hard teams. Like, okay, they lost it to Arizona in their division. Of course, they won to Tampa Bay. Kudos, reigning Super Bowl champs. But you lose in your division, that's not good. Then you turn around and lost to Tennessee. This is where the big losses are coming in. You threw two turnovers, I think in like the within 2 minutes or whatever, and one of them was a pick six. He get on TV and he like, oh, I can't do that. That's what loses games. It sucks, blah, blah, blah. Then turn right around and lose to San Francisco. But in that game, two interceptions and another pick six. So what are we doing in the press? Like, why are we saying this in the press and then doing it in the games, Matthew? What are we doing here? Then you get this bye week, knowing that we have Green Bay after the bye. And Aaron Rodgers always has Matthew Stafford in the chokehold. And I said, this game is very, very important for both quarterbacks. Why? Because both of them are coming off of an L. And just ranking standings, who knows? Now, the score 36-28 is very generous because the way the Rams were playing, no. Now, I won't put everything on Matthew Stafford because the defense looked awful. Aaron Rodgers, he had so much time to throw in the pocket. I was like going to make peanut butter and jelly and coming back, and he still had the ball in his hand. Like, where the hell was the defense? Who knows? But here go Matthew Stafford. Turnovers, pick six. Game 3 in a row. This Matthew Stafford looks very familiar. Now, it's going to be some people who watch this or listen to this, and they're going to be like, oh, you're so hard on Stafford. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But Matthew Stafford was bought into the Rams to take them back to the Super Bowl. Then they started doing all this other stuff. Poor Rob Woods went down. And you can see, like, he was a big part of that team. Like, my God. But then you bring in Von Miller on the defense, snooze fest. I mean, he's had a couple of good plays, but I mean, yes, Odell Beckham did catch a good catch. He had a couple of good plays against Green Bay, but it's not, the Beckham Jr. we know. His hair is still funny, but other than that, where I don't know. And Aaron Donald, like, what is he doing? Jalen Ramsey, like, I mean, I don't know. Like, and what's almost also crazy to me, not almost, is Sean McVay is not the same Sean McVay he was with Jared Goff. Not at all. Like, I don't know if he's regressing as a coach. I don't know. But you can't expect for this man to drop back and throw the ball 30 or 40 yards every damn play. Like, what happened to Sony Michel? Like, why do we only run the ball against weak teams? Like, do they not believe in the run game? Like, I literally have a lot of questions for Sean McVay because it's like, if y'all keep losing like this, what's the Arizona quarterback? Kyler Murray, he may be coming back when they play the Rams next. It's still questionable. They at the top of the division. I mean, now what is Seattle doing? I really think Pete Carroll's time in Seattle is up. I think that he should just go ahead and retire and enjoy his life. Football cannot be life. You gotta do something else, and this is not it. But back to Matthew Stafford. I just don't think he is the answer in LA. And as I said in the beginning, about the Lions and Jared Goff, this is kind of like you know, interviewing for the quarterback position down the line. And if this is Matthew Stafford's interview, they, whenever they can draft, because they have given up so much draft capital for this team who looks like poo at the moment. I mean, they might be looking for a quarterback too. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. And it's just crazy because Matthew Stafford left Detroit and became Matthew Stafford. Like, all in the press, all in the media, smiling and shit. And it's just like, now look, like, this is the Matthew Stafford we had with Jim Caldwell. Of course, you're gonna play, y'all, you're gonna win against the good teams. I mean the booty teams, because that, I mean, what, why lose? You know what I'm saying? But against them, the big teams, it snooze fest. Like, I I don't know. You know, we gonna see though. We got, again, they play the Jags next. You know, good, could be a W, but I don't know. I mean, we gonna see who Matthew Stafford throws the balls to. His teammates, the opposing team. That and that's what it's all gonna depend on. Cause we don't need 4 pick sixes in a row. That's what we don't need. Like, I don't know. But the defense got to show up too. I mean, what? I don't know. The Tampa Bay game was good though. Y'all, I'm not a big fan of Kirk Cousins, but that Jonathan Taylor, I'm like, he could have been MVP, but they ain't even let him show up in the game. Like, what happened to the run game? Indianapolis, I don't know. And it's crazy because Tampa Bay was down. It was looking like it was gonna be another L for them, but Tom Brady just did what Tom Brady does, and he figures out a way. Fournette got that ball, scored that last minute TD. It was it. 38-31. Indianapolis couldn't do nothing. Boom. I mean, why did we stop depending on Jonathan Taylor, guys? I want to know. I got questions that need answers because we can't shy away from what makes us great, especially in games against Tampa Bay. I don't know if they looked at it like, well, Washington did what they did the previous week, but these are new weeks and this is what we watch film for. So I don't I don't know. Like, Tom Brady playing like he really want to go back to the ship. And again, I said I think Indianapolis was gonna make it to the ship because they doing good. They was doing good. They 6-6, but we they be losing like some close games too. Like, I don't know. It's so weird. Just like the Ravens. Like, the Ravens be winning by the hair on their chinny chin chin. Like, Sunday night football was so boring. The only reason why I was watching it is because I was stuck in the airport. Like, all right, what else? I mean, it was probably other stuff I could have watched on TV or Netflix, but I'm not gonna just shy away from football. But it was like 5 turnovers in the first half in like 3 minutes or so. I'm like, what are they doing? Like, are they putting oil on the ball or something? Like, why can't nobody hold on to the ball? Like, or what are you? I don't know. But Baker Mayfield, first and foremost, I seen Baker in the press, because remember last week I told y'all he didn't want to talk to the press after that win against the Lions, the barely win they had against the Lions. Either way, it was a W. But Baker was upset. So somebody asked him the next day, well, why you didn't want to talk to the media? Do you feel like you let your teammates down or whatever for not talking to the media? He was like, no, they know. I mean, we always happy to share a win, but he didn't feel like he did what he needed to do. Like, definitely didn't. Definitely not this week either, Bake. Like, it's almost like, do we in Cleveland look for another quarterback as well in a draft, or are we looking at replacing Kevin Stefanski? I think for what he doing over there, you get a coach an opportunity. let's look for another quarterback. And if he still can't do it with the quarterback, then whatever. But he did turn around the organization, but it's like I don't know, like I love Baker Mayfield's progressive commercials. I love them. At Home with Baker Mayfield is almost better to me than the State Farm commercials, hands down. But as far as Baker on the field, I'm like, Bake. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, I Lamar Jackson definitely could still too be in the MVP talks this season. I just don't know who is the clear front runner because you go up and you go down. At this point, I think the clear front runner for the MVP probably would be Aaron Rodgers, especially after this win against Matthew Stafford and them. Uh, but other than Aaron Rodgers, it's like I don't know. And it's so crazy because Aaron Rodgers looked like he's having a lot more yes, I did. He's having a lot more fun on the field. He dapping it up with the other players. They laughing and pointing at each other and stuff. I'm like, okay, I like Aaron Rodgers with the thick beard and long hair. Still hate him as a player because they, do all of this to the Lions. Like, let us get a W. But yeah, he's definitely going to be the front runner, I feel, for the MVP right now. I don't know about Lamar Jackson. I definitely in the beginning said Justin Herbert, but they lost again. I think Jonathan Taylor too, but I mean, where was he in the Tampa Bay game at the end? Like they just shied away from the run game altogether. So I don't know. I don't know, y'all, but I'm gonna move off of football right quick before I end the show because last week we was talking. The title of the show was LeBron James's whack for the sucker punch against Isaiah Stewart. Definitely still whack. The Pistons did lose again this weekend against the Lakers too, but it was in LA. Not to say that they would have won because it was in LA, but I'm just saying the game was in LA. It wasn't here. The reason why we're gonna talk about this again is because a lot of people came out in support of LeBron James, of course, their king. But some people did say some interesting things about Isaiah Stewart as well. So I'm going to start with Draymond Green's comments because he got in a little scuffle, I believe in 2015 or 16 during the finals with LeBron. And during his show recently, he said that he regrets that um, because they lost in the playoffs 3-1 and he a little salty or whatever. Now, I don't know, like you salty because y'all lost and now you regret, whatever. But it's crazy because like that situation, and this is just my opinion, but that situation did not make you less aggressive on the court. Like you still a shit talker and super aggressive. Like, so did you really learn or do you just feel bad that you did that against LeBron James? Like I'm confused. Anyway, Shaq, he said that in his experience with LeBron, LeBron is not that guy. He doesn't think that it was done purposely to Stewart, but he said that his reaction was correct. Like he thought that Isaiah Stewart should have responded to LeBron in the fashion that he did because he did get hit in the face and was leaking. And I think that that's crazy, but and everybody else on the thing was like, "Oh my god, why would you say that? Why would you say that?" And he said it because I mean, if you get hit in the face, you gonna either want to fight or act like you want to fight. So I just think it's interesting to see how they comment or some big names did comment in support for both of the athletes. LeBron James too, he was fine for grabbing his penis during the game because some fans was doing it to him. So he hit a shot and then did it to them and the NBA fined him, child. I said, okay. This man getting all kind of fines and suspensions early. He got to turn it around. That whole superstar team, do though, because for them to be, a team of all stars, Olympians, they're winning against like the boo boo teams. Okay, it's expected, but even the game at home, like the Pistons was giving them a little something, something. Then that stuff just jumped off. But they should look way better than they do. But anywho, the Pistons play tonight. They play the Trailblazers. Um, so I hope they win. Something's got to give. I don't know. Thank y'all though. Thank everybody for tuning in. Mommy, my best friend, my boo, Quincy, Rocky, Chanel, Katrina, all y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in and commenting. I appreciate everybody again. You are tuned in to Sports Talk with Whitney B. For all updates and everything, you can follow me on social media at my Whitney B. That's at MyWhitneyB. And also, you can visit my website at mywhitneyb.com. That's www.mywhitneyb.com. Spelled the same way. Make sure you're not already subscribed to my website. Go ahead and subscribe. And also subscribe to my YouTube for all of your updates. Again, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I love you guys, and we are out.